Alright, so here's my sail. I don't have any video of cutting it out because I didn't think to do this until after I've cut it out. See, up here you have the head, the peak, the tack, and the clew. And it's mainly together. I've added some reinforcements around the foot, the leech, and the head there, as well as reinforcement patches at the peak and the clew. I did that at work. We have a sewing machine there, so that can get through the sail material. So that's what I use to sew things together. The sail is an old sail that was given to me from a cruising boat. So it's way too heavy for this little boat. Heavy of a sail. It's probably 6 or 7 ounces. Probably don't need that. Might be a bit stiff, but it's what I got, so that's what I decided to use. All right, I'm gonna place the grommet in now. Placed one in the head already. That was my first one I've ever done. Wasn't recording for some reason, so I'm here at the peak. So I have a couple tools here I borrowed from a friend of mine on St. Pete Beach. First thing I need to do is actually put a hole in this for the peak. So this tool is designed to cut through the fabric to make the hole for the grommet. Go ahead and punch that through right now. Punch it one way, then turn it 90 degrees and punch the other way. And there's my hole. So next step is to feed this grommet through. It's a bit of a tight fit, so I may do that off camera. I'll fit it through. That grommet will sit in the bottom piece of that tool. This top piece will slide on top, and my punch here will roll this lip over to secure the grommet to the sail. So that's my next step. I'll go ahead and pause this while I fit this piece through that hole. All right, I've placed my grommet through. So that should fit in this little recess here. I'll grab a top with the spikes, place it over, center that the best I can. Take my tool, set it on top, and start driving it in. Keep this as centered as I possibly can for when I drive it. Drive it through. And I pinch my fingers. Go figure, trying to get centered. All right, that's fairly centered. All right, that's started. Sounds like it's set. And there's the grommet. Lip is rolled over and placed in that sail. And this is going to be for my peak. Let's see. Next is the clew. So here's my clew. This is the line I'm using here. I was given this roll. It's a natural fiber. Got it from work. They don't like to use natural fibers on the boats because they do degrade in the sun, do get some rot and mold in them when they get wet a lot, but I can easily store this inside. But this is what I'm going to be using to rig the sail, bending it on the mast, my sheet, my traveler. Everything's going to be using this line. I can easily pull it off the boat and store it inside, so I don't have to worry about it. I'll have to do some binding, some lashings here to actually secure that. I'll probably do that after I put these grommets in, just start cutting some pieces and figuring out what sizes I need. And I'll show you what my thoughts on rigging this sail is fairly soon. Alright, this is the last grommet I'm going to do, simply because I'm out of grommets. I want to put a couple more in, but this will be fine just to rig it up and see what it looks like. I'm adding one halfway between these two. I've marked it here. I have found some of that is a little helpful for anyone who's doing this themselves. Um, Once you drive this through 90 degrees, hit it again. There it is through the other side. If you push that farther through, especially through areas where you have more pieces of fabric, it will stretch that hole out and make it much easier to place this bottom piece in. When there's more material, that becomes quite difficult to do, but that makes things go a lot smoother. Now I'll just go ahead and set this grommet in. It only takes a couple seconds to actually do. Gently tap this so I don't pinch my fingers again. If it's fairly secure, give it a few good whacks. And that dead thud you might have heard is tools bottoming out. And there's that finished grommet. So now I have all my grommets here in the luff done. I have a head. I have an extra one down here for the tack. I'll probably use this one to lace it and that one as the tack to pull it down. But my next step is taking care of this line, actually whipping the ends and putting a secure on it so it doesn't come undone. And then I'll show you how I plan to, at first at least, rig this sail.